Got my sip of coffee in. Time for some Avengers baseball. I am RC Robbin. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is a huge rivalry series in late August, early September. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. Imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play Major League Baseball against legends past and present. That's what you have right here. The Avengers have been placed in the National League West Division. They've taken the place of the San Diego Padres. The standings are on the screen. They're in the middle of a 4-game series at the Dodgers. The Dodgers are in first place, technically. RC indeed, Mr. Mazwardi, welcome. You've just got here in time for some Major League Baseball. Game 3 of this important 4-game set at the Los Angeles Dodgers. As I was saying, the Dodgers and the Avengers are tied for first, but if you check out the loss column, the Avengers have 48 losses. The Dodgers have 49 losses. So even though they're tied for the division, technically the Avengers have a 1-game lead in the loss column, so they're in a good situation. 4-game set. Avengers have won the first 2. Let's jump into the calendar. Avengers have won the first 2 games 4-3 and 6-5. This is time for Game 3. As you notice from the first day in September, it's a 4-game series, Sunday afternoon game, but we have to, one thing at a time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So again, the Avengers have won the first 2. Let's sign up for Game 3. View organizations games. Scarlet Johansson, or Black Widow, is on the mound for the Avengers. Press OK. I'll play full game. We are the away team at the Dodgers, as previously stated. Here's Dodger Stadium. Broadcast. I don't like the broadcast theme style MLB Network. I like the show theme, so I'm going to switch that. Scarlett Johansson, 9-4. I'll be back. I don't have internet right now. Mazwardi, no love lost. Listen, lurk, jump in, jump out, do what you need to do. I know you're a fan. I'm doing a full 162-game regular season. That is a long haul. I know that you're here for the playoffs when the playoffs arrive, so don't sweat it. But even if you don't see it live, just check it later on my YouTube channel. I have a playlist dedicated to the Avengers, and it's also obviously in the new uploads. So feel free to check it out later. Not a big deal. Scarlett Johansson is the starting pitcher. This is the starting lineup. It's an important game, so I'm going to make sure everybody plays. The only thing I want to do maybe is put Sebastian Stan at DH and Idris Elba in left. And then maybe, you know what? Terrence Howard might as well get in at bat. I'm going to put Terrence Howard at... Terrence Howard is going to be... let's put him in for Sebastian Stan. No, wait. Dave Bautista's in right field. All right, you know what? Let's not overthink it. Let's just do it. Let's not overthink it. Let's just do it. Rock and roll. So here are the starting lineups. Don't forget, I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. And the difficulty setting for the entire season is set to All-Star for both hitting and pitching. Again, I'm RC Robbin. Welcome to the live stream. This is Avengers Baseball. Please like the video. I also do play-by-play. Hopefully you can bear the sound of my voice for the long haul. Sometimes I have difficulty listening to it in replay. Sonic the Blue Hedgehog, welcome to the live stream. Get ready for some Major League Baseball as the Hollywood Avengers visit the Los Angeles Dodgers. 3rd game of this important 4-game series. So on the mound for the Dodgers, Luis Castillo making his 28th start of the season. 16-4. 3.65 earned run average. It's pretty powerful. Leading off for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie, 310, 15 homers, 62 RBIs. Anthony Mackie is Sam Wilson, or the new Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. First pitch of the ball game. Outside ball 1. Dodgers are 39 games over 500. Technically, they are in first place tie with these Avengers. And he pops it up in foul territory. Near the line is Joe Torre, makes the catch for the first down. Starting lineup for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie's at short, Tom Holland's at second, Robert Downey Jr. is at first. The catcher is Mark Ruffalo. Chadwick Boseman's at third, Dave Bautista's at right, Idris Elba's in left. Terrence Howard, called up from the minor leagues, is the designated hitter, batting 9th and playing center field, Don Cheadle. Tom Holland, 366, 17 homers, steps up to the plate. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. Count is no balls and 1 strike to Spider-Man. And that is a shallow fly ball to right center field. Judge is there to make the catch for the second out. Batting third is Robert Downey Jr., 297, 19 homers, 84 RBIs. He is the first baseman for the Hollywood Avengers. He plays Tony Stark or Iron Man in the MCU. And he couldn't hold back. He swings. Count is no balls, 1 strike. Inside pitch, couldn't hold up. Did he check it? That time he checked it. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Out in front of the circle change, swing and a miss. Strike count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Eric Summersgill is the home plate umpire. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Castillo. And he pops it up on the outfield grass. Xander Bogaerts makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Luis Castillo. Half inning played here at Dodger Stadium, and it's the Avengers nothing. The Los Angeles Dodgers come in to bat. This is Avengers Baseball. Thank you for watching. On the mound for the Hollywood Avengers, Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, making her 19th start of the season. She is 9-4 with a 3.27 earned run average. If she doesn't look like Scarlett, you have to blame the game. It doesn't really give me many female character creation options. It kind of looks like her 13-year-old nephew, but it's the best I could do for Scarlett. At the plate, leading off the game for the Dodgers, Joe Torre. He has a .336 average and 32 homers in this fictional franchise. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Pulls the 2-seam fastball foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Scarlett doesn't have a blazing fastball, but she has 4 pitches that move, and she's a workhorse. She's got a 99. Swing and a miss, chase the slider. And it's strikeout number 1 for Scarlett Johansson. Avengers do play baseball. Sing Venus Unicorn. Welcome to the live stream. Don't forget to like the video. Please feel free to put your feet up on the coffee table, grab a beer, make yourself comfortable. This is the Avengers versus the Dodgers in a full 162-game regular season. Up next, Xander Bogaerts fouls it behind home plate, out of play for strike 1. Xander Bogaerts is the shortstop. In real life, he plays for the Boston Red Sox. Scarlett sets and delivers. And he fouls off the knuckler. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, struck him out on the slider, darting down and away. 2 straight strikeouts to start the game for Black Widow. Here's the replay. Was it a strike as I sip my coffee? You know what it was, he just didn't get a piece of it. So 2 down, up steps Stan the Man Musial, hitting .360, 47 homers, 119 runs batted in. He's one of those legendary players from, I think, the 40s and 50s. And that is a shallow fly ball the other way. Racing over is Idris Elba. Hemdahl makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Scarlett Johansson. The end of 1 inning of play here at Dodger Stadium. No score. We go to the top of the second. Up steps the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. Mark's hitting .328. He has 29 homers and 117 runs batted in. Both numbers, homers and RBIs, lead the ball club. Ground ball through his legs, up the middle. It is the first single of the ball game for the Avengers. Runner at first is Hulk smash. Hits leaders in the National League entering play. Joe Torre and Tom Holland both in this game. Torre for the Dodgers. Tom Holland is Spider-Man for the Avengers, leading the league first and second. Mark Ruffalo's on the list. He's in 4th place. Up next is the late, great Chadwick Boseman, hitting .338 on the season. Late and great because we lost him to colon cancer, unfortunately. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, strike 1. Chadwick has 17 homers and 65 RBIs. Runner leads off first. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Again, swing and a miss. Can't seem to square up that changeup. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Black Panther. Did he check it? Yes, he did. He held back, according to the first base umpire. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on T'Challa. Inside, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner leads off first. Nobody out. Top of the second. No score. Third game of a 4-game set. He check it? No, he did not. Called strike 3. Said bat went too far. First strike out of the game for Castillo. So 1 away. Up next is Dave Bautista hitting .310 on the season. Dave plays the Drax the Destroyer in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. And that's a line drive over the head of the first baseman, dunking in there for a bloop base hit. And it will be first and second with 1 out for the Avengers here in the top of the second. He just kind of went with it the other way, jammed him, I think, a little bit. Bloops over the head of the first baseman and into right field. First and second, up steps Idris Elba, the left fielder today. Idris plays Heimdall in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's hitting .262, 8 homers, 44 RBIs. Heimdall in the Thor franchise. Here comes the pitch from Castillo. Chases a slider down and away, strike 1. The Avengers are, I believe, 87 and 48 on the season. They are in a first place tie. Swing and a miss, strike 2, count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. First place tie with the Dodgers. The winner of this game will hold first place. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Battle for the National League West Division in this fictional franchise. Chases a fastball out of the strike zone, strikes him out swinging, and there are 2 away. Second strikeout of the game for Castillo. Here's the replay. Definitely not a strike. Next up, Terrence Howard, called up from the minor leagues, 200 average, 4 RBIs. Terrence Howard was the first man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Pitches outside and low, ball 1. First man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to play James Rhodes in the first Iron Man back in 2008 with Robert Downey Jr. After that first Iron Man, Don Cheadle took over the duty. In the dirt, knocked away. Nice block by the catcher, but the count is 2 balls and no strikes to Howard. Runners off second and first. Here's the pitch. Inside, 3 balls, no strikes. Will he have the green light? No, he will not. I do not swing on 3-0 pitches. I always take a pitch, just a matter of principle. So let's see where the pitch goes. Will it be bases loaded? In there, strike 1. So hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike, and the handcuffs are now off. Runners lead off first and second. 2 down here in the top of the second, no score. Here's the pitch from Castillo. And that's a bloop, but it will carry to Aaron Judge in right to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on at the end of an inning and a half. Still no score. Bottom of the second, up steps Big Papi, also known as David Ortiz, played for the Boston Red Sox in the early 2000s. In this fictional franchise, he's hitting .305 with 40 homers and 113 runs batted in. Scarlet sets and delivers, and that is a pop-up near in foul territory, out of play for strike 1. Don't forget to like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for watching. Fouls off the slider, down and in. Count is 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out swinging. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Mr. David Ortiz. That is the 3rd strikeout of the game for Black Widow. I need to caffeinate. Caffeinate. Next up, second baseman Robinson Cano. He's hitting .281. He has 25 homers and 67 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Down and in, ball 1. Hollywood Avengers 87 and 48. I don't know why they say they're in second place. They're in a virtual first place tie with the Los Angeles Dodgers. In fact, they are percentage points ahead of them because they have less losses in the loss column. Slider in there, strike one. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. However, there will be no doubt who the first place team is after today's contest. The winner of this game will have sole possession of first place. Pops him up. Racing forward is... Did he catch it? Yes, he did. Nice play by Black Panther for the second out. I thought he might have trapped it on the ground, but he didn't. The shift was on for Cano. It's a long run for the third baseman. Up next, Aaron Judge, the right fielder. He's hitting .253 on the season. Here comes the pitch. And that's a deep drive. Back goes Idris Elba to the track, the wall, looking up. It hits the top of the fence and goes over for a solo homer. Home run number 18 on the season for Aaron Judge. And the Dodgers take an early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Ugh. Timed the jump wrong. Oh, look at the replay. Look at him. He jumped too early. Look, it hit the top of the fence. Damn it. All right. 2 down. Up steps the center fielder, Steve Finley. 275, 25 homers, 80 RBIs. It's 1-0 Los Angeles. Slider inside corner, strike one. By the way, I should show the difficulty setting just for accountability's sake. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. So we're going to go over to options and gameplay and show that the hitting difficulty is set to all-star. And the pitching difficulty is also set to all-star. Once a game, I like to show that just so that people know what the difficulty setting for the season was. I'm not looking to impress anybody. Swing and a miss, struck him out, side retired. But a solo shot by Aaron Judge gives the Dodgers the lead after 2 innings of baseball here at Dodgers Field. It's 1-0 Los Angeles. Heidi Watney is our sideline reporter in the dugout. I'm sure she has a very interesting investigative report, but something seems to be wrong with her microphone, so we're going to have to cut away. We apologize, Heidi. Up next, here in the top of the third, Don Cheadle. Don hit only 190 in July, a little better in August. 253 average, he's climbing. He had a terrible July. Pitch from Castillo is high and outside, ball 1. Overall, Don Cheadle's hitting 278 on the season. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Circle change, outside corner, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Don Cheadle is the current James Rhodes. He is the man who became War Machine. Outside, hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Lineup turns over. On deck is Anthony Mackie. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Cheadle. So it's a leadoff walk for Castillo. So his team gives him a 1-0 lead. And then he proceeds in the next half inning to walk the first batter he sees. That would give any pitching coach stomach indigestion. Not winning baseball. Lineup turns over. Anthony Mackie, or the new Captain America, popped up in the first. He's 0 for 1. This is his second plate appearance. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up to short left field, left center field. Stan Musial makes the catch for the first out. No advance. League lead winners in the National League. Cy Young on the Los Angeles Dodgers is the only 20-game winner in the National League. Chris Hemsworth, or Thor Odin's son, is on the list with 19. Up next, Tom Holland, 4 for 10 in this series with a homer. He's 0 for 1 today. Spider-Man steps up to the plate. Quick throw to first, and Cheadle is back. For those of you that are not interested in baseball, I understand. This is not the only live stream that I do. I do other action adventure games that are not sports related. Like, for instance, later on this evening, I will be doing my Renegade Karen playthrough. That's the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. And that's a line drive, but caught by Robbie Cano for out number 2. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the second baseman. You cannot steer the ball in baseball. All you can do is hit it hard and hope that you hit them where they ain't. So 2 down, Runner at first, up steps Tony Stark, who popped out in the first. Like I was saying, Mass Effect is a science fiction role-playing game. Action adventure. I will be playing my live. He's going. First pitch is in there for a strike. The throw down is not in time. It is a stolen base for War Machine Don Cheadle. I thought he almost had him, but I guess he short hit hopped the throw. Wow, that was close, but I guess he got his hand in there. So now there's a runner in scoring position for Robert Downey Jr. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Check that. No balls and 1 strike. Pardon me. Circle change outside corner. Count is quickly 0-2. A single might tie this ball game. Let's see what happens. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Iron Man. So anyway, Mass Effect Legendary Edition live stream tonight. Don't forget to watch. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the third, runner leads off second, 1-0 lead for the Dodgers. Here's the pitch from Castillo. Misses, full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just off the edge, shooting for that outside corner. Here comes the full count pitch. And that's a deep drive. It's got a chance. Back goes, he goes to the warning track, makes the catch, and retires the side. Just a few feet from a 2-run home run for Robert Downey Jr. However, instead, after 2.5, it's only a 1-0 lead for the Dodgers. Time to caffeinate. We go to the bottom of the third. Up steps Willie Calhoun. Left-handed hitter batting .295 on the season. Here comes the pitch. Deep drive to left. There is Idris Elba, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. Batting ninth is the catcher, Tucker Barnhart, hitting .265, 7 homers, 39 RBIs. They have a platoon situation, catcher position. 3 games, 3 different catchers for the Dodgers in this series. Swinging and miss the slider, strike 1. Line drive towards the left center field gap, and he will cut it off before it gets into that gap. Big turn at first, but Barnhart will hold with a 1-out single here in the bottom of the third. There's a replay, slashes it towards the left center field gap. Lineup turns over. Joe Torre steps in. He is 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. Here comes the pitch. Slider in there, strike 1. Joe Torre, well known for being the manager of the New York Yankees in the 1990s, the Dynasty Yankees. And that's a deep drive. Back goes Bautista to the track. The wall looking up. It's off the wall. He's going to stop at third, so it'll be second and third with 1 away after the double by Joe Torre. That's his 34th double of the season. It was almost a 2-run home run. Couldn't quite get it out. Here's the replay off the middle of the wall. So, runners at second and third in scoring position for Xander Bogaerts. He struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1. It's a big moment in the game. It's already a 1-0 lead for the Dodgers. Fastball at the knees. Strike 1. And that's a deep drive to center. Playable, but that should be good enough to get the run home from third. So it'll be a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Xander Bogaerts. And the Los Angeles Dodgers now lead 2-0. So, 2 outs, runner in scoring position at second. Up steps Stan the Man Musial, who's 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch. And he pops it up. Racing over is T'Challa in foul territory. Doesn't make the catch. Drops in foul territory. That could have been side retired, but instead it is just strike 1. Let's see if that comes back to haunt them. Strike inside corner, strike 2. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. I don't know if that was a strike, but I'll take it. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Runner in scoring position at second. 2-0 lead for the Dodgers here in the third. Scarlett Johansson lost her curves. However, she may escape this inning, Sweet Gaming. Side is now retired. She did give up a run on a sacrifice fly in this inning. So after 3 innings of baseball here in Dodger Stadium, it's the Dodgers 2, the Avengers nothing. Welcome to the live stream, Sweet Gaming, pardon me. Put your feet up on the coffee table, grab a beer, make yourself comfortable. Don't forget to like the video on your way out the door. Up next here in the top of the 4th is the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, who has a hit, a single in his first at-bat. He leads off. Castillo sets and delivers. And he's late on the fastball, slicing out of play for strike 1. Ruffalo leads the team in RBIs with 117. Out in front of the circle change, swing and a miss. 2 quick strikes on the Hulk. Count is 0-2. And he pops it up to shallow center. There is Steve Finley for the first out. Next up, the late great Chadwick Boseman struck out in his first at-bat. Late and great because we lost him to colon cancer in real life. Grounder to third. Torrey throws to first in time. 2 quick outs for Castillo here in the top of the 4th. He's mowing him down. So just to give you a sense of what's going on in the franchise, this is game number 136. We are approaching September. It's maybe the last game of the month in August. Up next is Dave Bautista. He's 1 for 1. The Avengers and the Dodgers are tied. Pulls it down the left field line, out of play for strike 1. Dodgers and Avengers are tied for first right now. Percentage points away from each other. They haven't played the same number of games. Out in front of the circle change, count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Bautista. Winner of this game, this is a 4-game series and this is game 3. Grounder to the third baseman, 2-hopper, long throw, in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Castillo. And the side is retired. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 Dodgers. So as we go to the bottom of the 4th, Big Poppy steps up to the plate. 3 for 9 in this series. We struck out today. He's 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. So the Avengers have won the first 2. When this 4-game series started, the Avengers were 2 games back in the division. They've proceeded to win games 1 and 2 of this 4-game set to tie the series. Grounder to short, fielded by Mackie. Strong throw, in time, 1 away. Cut the check. So the Avengers are obviously looking to win 3 out of 4 or possibly even sweep this 4-game series. Should they sweep the series, they'll have a 2-game lead on the Dodgers. But if they split the series and lose the next 2, they'll be back 2 games back in the division. Up next, Robinson Cano. He's 0 for 1. Oh no! That's gone. It's a 3-0 lead for the Dodgers on the solo shot by Robinson Cano. That's home run number 26 for Robbie. And we need to get the bullpen up before this game gets out of hand. Here's the replay. Oof. Ouch. As a New York Yankees fan in real life, watching the Yankees in the 2000s and 2010s, I've seen Robinson Cano play second base. He was an all-star when he was a Yankee, and I've seen that swing. I was usually cheering for it, not today. Aaron Judge steps up. He had a solo homer of his own in his first at-bat. 3-0 Dodgers here in the 4th. Fastball outside corner. No. Called the ball by the home plate umpire. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Judge. Fouls off the knuckler. Count is 1-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 Dodgers. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out in the 2-seamer. And there are 2 away. Strikeout number 5 for Scarlet Johansson. Here's the replay. Wasn't a strike. I think it was a bit high. Then again, the guy's 6'6". So that could have been a strike. Up next, Steve Finley. Outside corner with the two-seam fastball, strike one. Steve Finley struck out in the second. Grounder to the first baseman, fielded by Robert Downey Jr., steps on the bag himself to retire the side, but a solo homer by Robbie Cano. The home run ball is plaguing Black Widow. The end of 4 innings of play, it's the Dodgers 3, the Avengers nothing. Ugh. Gotta get my hitting shoes on, let's go! Leading off the top of the 5th, Idris Elba, 0 for 1. Fouls off the slider, strike one. Checks his swing, but the circle change drops in there for strike two. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Elba. I think it was off the end of the bat, playable for Steve Finley. Makes the catch in the gap for the first out.
The batter, number 7.
Team ERA leaders, the Avengers lead the National League in team ERA. As you can see, the Dodgers are in 3rd place. So up next is Terrence Howard, 5 for 26 on the season. He spent most of the season in the minor leagues, but an injury caused him to be called up from the minors. Fastball inside, ball 1. It's 0 for 1 today. Outside corner with the fastball, 97 on the radar gun. Counted evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Howard. And that's slashed. How far is it? Back goes Judge to the track, the wall, looking up, makes the catch on the warning track for the second out.
Now batting, number 10.
Fewest team home runs entering play. The Avengers, for whatever reason this season, have the fewest homers in the major leagues. I think that's a product of where they play their home games. Crosley Field, which is a minor league ballpark that has some very bizarre dimensions. The other half is me swinging the controller. I guess I don't hit homers. What can I say? Don Cheadle, no official at-bat. He walked in his first at-bat. 2 outs, bases empty. Fastball low, ball 1. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes to Cheadle. That is a fly ball to center. Playable for Finley. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Castillo. 4.5 gone by. 3-0 lead for the Dodgers. This is Avengers baseball. We need to score some runs. Let's go. All right. Leading off the bottom of the 5th, Willie Calhoun, 0 for 1.
The designated hitter, Willie Calhoun.
Fastball in there, strike 1.
0-1 for count.
Knuckler misses inside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball, count is 1-2. And he pulls the slider down the right field line out of play. Count remains 1-2. He hits a fly ball the other way. Elba is there for the first down. Hemdahl sees all.
Now batting.
Next up, the number 9 hitter, Tucker Barnhart. Singled, scored a run. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. 3-0 lead here in the 5th for the Dodgers. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Line drive caught by Tony Stark. We love you 3000, Tony. That's out number 2. Nice leaping catch. Show us the replay, truck. Here we go. Here's the replay. That was a hit. Getting up. So lineup turns over once again for the Dodgers. Joe Torre, who had a double in his last at-bat and is 1 for 2, steps up to the plate. 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes the pitch. Outside corner with the slider, strike 1. And he drives the breaking ball down the left field line, out of play. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Line drive off the glove of T'Challa and into short left field. He's making the turn at first. No, he's going to stay at first. He maybe could have legged out a double. Doesn't have a lot of speed running down the line. Could have been another amazing leaping play in the infield for the Avengers, but it's off the glove of the third baseman and into short left field. He's going to stay at first for a single, so it's a 2-out single for Joe Torre. And up steps Xander Bogaerts, who had a sacrifice fly in his last at-bat. Misses outside slider, ball 1. Manager is going to go to his office and to the bullpen. And he's going to warm up Paul Bettany, which is vision, and he's going to warm up Stan Lee, Excelsior, and then the manager is also going to send the pitching coach for a mound visit to talk to Scarlet and say, hey, listen, just take a breath, relax, okay? It's a long season. It's only September 1st. We have another month to go. Even if we don't win this game, we have another month to go. And we play these guys at the very end of the season, a 3-game series. Fouls it back, strike 1. So don't put any pressure on yourself. Just pitch. Swing and a miss, slider. Down and away. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bogaerts. Deep drive, lined, foul. Again, runner leads off first, 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 lead already for the Dodgers. Here's the pitch from Johansson. Just gets a piece of the slider to stay alive. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, struck him out on the inside fastball. That probably, I believe, is strikeout number 6 for the game. So it's an official ball game, 5 innings complete. However, the Avengers are not on the scoreboard. It's the Dodgers 3-0. Ugh. We go to the top of the 6th. Leading off for the Avengers in the top of the 6th, Anthony Mackie, 0 for 2 today. Switch hitter batting from the left side against Castillo. Castillo's just throwing darts. Pitches low, ball 1. Anthony Mackie happens to have 10 triples on the season. He flies. And that is a bloop to center, but playable for Finley. And Mackie is 0 for 3. That's the first out. Can't seem to get anything going against Luis Castillo. My goodness. Don't want to meet him in the playoffs. So up next, Tommy Holland. Tom Holland is 0 for 2. Struck out, flied out. Third at bat. 1 out here in the 6th. Pitches outside, ball 1. Tom Holland represented the National League at second base in this year's All-Star game. He was the starter. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. In my humble opinion, Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man in the movies. Pitches inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. I thought Andrew Garfield was pretty good at the time. Not a fan of the first Spider-Man. Ugh. Tobey Maguire. Ugh. And that's a base hit up the middle. It's a 1-out single for Spider-Man. And the Avengers have a base runner. Here's the replay.
Now batting, number 12.
So up next, Robert Downey Jr. 0 for 2. Runner leads off first. He has speed. Here's the pitch. High and outside, ball 1. Just gets a piece of the circle change, fouls it off, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tony has 19 homers and 82 RBIs on the season. He's on pace for 20 and 100. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. We have another month of the season left to go. We're on the eve of September. Misses off the plate. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck, the Incredible Hulk. Another ball, and the tying run comes to the plate. And he's chases ball 4. The count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Tony. Here comes the pitch from Castillo. Grounder. Cano to second for 1, back to first. Not in time. So it's a fielder's choice out at second. 2 outs. Runner at first. Up steps Mark Ruffalo, who's 1 for 2 with a single today. Mark Ruffalo leads the team in homers with 29 and RBIs with 117. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Barnhart. Count is 0-1. Count is 1 ball and no strikes, pardon me. Runner leads off first. Fouls off the changeup. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Grounder knocked down by Torrey. He picks it up, throws to first. Not in time. Are they going to give him a hit or an error? Base hit. The scorer's table is giving Ruffalo a hit. Let's watch the replay. Judge for ourselves. Tough play, backhand, bad hop off his forearm. Throws a strike, but not in time. Ruffalo is a slow runner down the bag, so he did have a chance. So the tying run will come to the plate with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Chadwick has 17 homers on the season. Can he get 18? Pops it upstairs behind home plate, out of play for strike 1. Black Panther up at the plate with 2 outs. And he pulls the changeup high and deep, but foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and they leave the bases on they leave the runners on base. So after 5.5, it's still a shutout for Luis Castillo. Dodgers lead 3-0. Ugh. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Stan Musial's 0 for 2. Steps up to the plate. Ground ball, base hit through the box. It is a leadoff single for Stan the Man. Let's go, says the Outlander. Welcome to the live stream, Mr. Outlander. I do appreciate your attendance. Grab a beer out of the icebox, put your feet up on the sofa, make yourself comfortable. So far, it's not so good for the Avengers. They've won the first 2 games of this 4-game set, but game 3, they haven't been able to get on the scoreboard. It's 3-0 Avengers here in the 6th. Up next, Big Papi. That is a shallow fly ball towards the right center field gap. Racing over is Bautista. He makes the catch for out number 1. Next up, Robbie Cano. Robbie hit a solo homer in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2. Robbie is a beast. Misses inside, ball 1. Knuckler inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Is this an intentional walk? I wonder. Being very careful with Robbie Cano after that home run. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. He had the green light on 3-0, and he hits a single into the right. So it's first and second, and nobody out. My goodness, green light on 3-0. How about that? She's just pouring a fastball in there on a 3-0 count, and he pulls it between the first and second baseman. 2 on, 1 out. Up steps Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge also had a homer in his first at-bat in the 2nd inning. Here's the replay on that one. It hit the top of the fence. Watch the replay on this. Idris Elba backs up to the wall, makes the leap, and mistimes the leap. Bounces off the top of the wall and kicks into the Dodgers bullpen. Okay. Manager Going to send the mound visit, send the pitching coach out there, calm her down. You can get this guy. He strikes out a lot. He's only had one good year in his whole career. Slider in there, strike one. Aaron Judge is hitting only a $190 with runners in scoring position, so maybe that will bode well for Black Widow. Misses inside, looked like a strike. She thought it was a strike. You could just tell by the reaction on her face. She thought it should be 0-2, but the count, it's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss at the two-seam fastball, count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3, swing and a miss. Got him with the slider, down and away. Strikeout number 7 for Black Widow, and there are 2 away. Here's the replay. Nasty, biting slider, just off the edge. Up next, Steve Finley. He's 0 for 2. Big moment in the game. Inside corner, strike 1 with the fastball. Grounder. Tossed over to second for the force to retire the side. So, we go to the, it's 6 complete. It's 3-0 Avengers. We go to the top of the 7th. We need some runs. Let's go, Avengers. We need some runs. Let's go. All right. Dave Bautista steps up to the plate here in the top of the 7th inning. Dave is 1 for 2 with a single. Pops it up, swings at the first pitch, straddling the line in foul territory. Big Papi makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. Not showing a lot of patience at the plate. We need base runners, Bautista. All right, next up, Idris Elba, 0 for 2. Circle change just off the edge. 2 right-handers warming in the Dodgers bullpen. Jason Isringhausen and Nick Vincent getting loose. If I were Luis Castillo and they took me out pitching a shutout, I would be annoyed. And that's a line drive. 1 hopper into right. It's a 1-out single for Elba. Hemdahl's eyes see all. So the Avengers have a base runner. They need another base runner to get the tying run to the plate. Up next, Terrence Howard. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Big lead at first. He's going in there for a strike. Throw down to second is not in time. It's a stolen base for Idris Elba. Here's the replay. He wasted no time, and he was halfway to second base by the time the pitch got to home plate. So runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Terrence is 0 for 2. And he's late on the breaking ball and skies it to left center. There is Musial for out number 2. No advance on the bases. So Terrence Howard is 0 for 3 today. Next up, Don Cheadle. He walked, he stole a base. Officially, he is 0 for 1. 2 outs. Runner in scoring position needs a single to get that runner home and break the scoreless. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, strike 1. Chasing a high and tight pitch. Don Cheadle's hitting .330 with runners in scoring position this season. That's a line drive. Will it be over his head? And it will. He will score. And it's going to be an RBI double, a 2-out RBI double by Don Cheadle. And the Dodgers now lead 3-1 on the 26th double of the season from War Machine. Takes it off the carpet, bang. Hits it over the head of the 6'6" Aaron Judge in right. So runner in scoring position. Now Anthony Mackie is the tying run with 2 outs. He's 0 for 3 today, however. Pitches outside ball 1. 3-1 lead for the Dodgers. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Here comes the pitch, the 1-0 pitch from Castillo. Looked like it was painting the corner. Called the ball. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Welcome back, Mr. Maswardi. 2-0 count. Swing and a miss, the circle change. Strike 1. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. It's a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 7th for the Dodgers in this 3rd game of a 4-game series. Fouls the high inside pitch back. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner leads off second here in the 7th. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Barnhart. Full count, 3-2. On deck, Spider-Man. And that's a deep drive headed towards the right center field gap. And it will one hop to the fence. Rounding third, he will come home. He's going to go for third base. Here comes the throw to third. He is in there. It is an RBI triple. Cut the check. Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America, triple number 11. And this is now a one-run ball game as the Avengers now trail 3-2 here in the top of the 7th. The tying run is 90 feet from home base. Turn it up! The manager of the Dodgers has seen enough. He makes the call to the bullpen. He wants the right-hander. So Castillo pitched 6 shutout innings and got into trouble in the 7th. He's responsible. Right now, he's given up 2 earned runs, but he's responsible for the runner at third. In relief, Jacob Barnes making his 32nd appearance out of the bullpen. He's 1-2 with a 6.56. I checked that, a 5.65 earned run average. He will face the top hitter on the team, Spider-Man Tom Holland. 1 for 3 with a single today. Cut fastball is high and outside, ball 1. Tom Holland's hitting .366, and that average puts him in the top 3 in the National League this year. He is fighting for a batting title. 2 balls and no strikes. Tom Holland's hitting .423 with runners in scoring position this season, so he's very comfortable with that runner over at third. But this time, he does not succeed. Oh, it's in the dirt. Scoop nicely. Nice scoop by Big Papi over at first to retire the side, but the Avengers score twice here in the top of the 7th. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. The Dodgers lead 3-2. Thank you, Mr. Maswardi. I appreciate it. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Up steps Willie Calhoun, who's over 2. We have to be very careful. Scarlet is going to be on a very short leash. She's going to be hitter by hitter. And that's a deep drive. Oh no, it is foul. Ooh, that made me a little nervous. This time it is playable near the right field line. Bautista makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 1-run ball game. Dodgers lead 3-2. Up next, Tucker Barnhart singled, scored a run. He is 1 for 2. Slider inside corner, strike 1. Ooh, looked low, called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is now no balls and 2 strikes. She's economical with the pitches. The long ball has hurt her today. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Strikeout number 8 on the game for Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. Let's see the replay. Come on. Terrible angle for a replay. It should always be over the shoulder of the pitcher to see the location. Nevertheless, there's 2 outs, base is empty. Lineup turns over. Maswardi. Joe Torre's up. He's 2 for 3. He's hitting .337 on the season. Got to be very careful with Joe Torre. Slider in there, strike 1. He can make this a 4-2 ball game with 1 swing of the bat. Got to be very careful. Line drive, base hit to center. So it's a 2-out single and the 3rd hit of the ball game for Joe Torre. He is on fire. That knuckleball is disgusting. She has the thicker timing zone on the pitch meter, and I don't want to give it up. Xander Bogaerts 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Let's see what happens. Outside corner with the fastball, strike 1. Her fastball is not overpowering. She throws maybe 85, 90 miles an hour max, but she has 4 pitches that really move. And she's got a 99 stamina. Pitches outside and low, swing and a miss, count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Bogaerts. So, you know, she gets by, but the long ball is plagued her today. That pitch looked like called strike 3. Called the ball, count as 1 and 2. Grounder, Mackie over to second for the force, and the side is retired. 7 complete. It's a 3-2 lead for the Dodgers. This is Avengers Baseball.
Your attention, please.
Coming in relief to pitch the top of the 8th is Brett Martin. He's 1 and 3 with a 6.02 earned run average. I see these ERAs and my mouth starts to salivate. Left-handed pitcher against the lefty Tony Stark. And that's a base hit to right. First pitch swinging by Tony Stark. We love you, Tony. And the leadoff man, the tying run is at first. Here's the replay. Up next, the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, already 2 for 3 today. Looked outside, called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is no balls and 1 strike to Ruffalo. Runner leads off first. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th. And he serves it the other way. Routine play for Judge. And there's the first out of the 8th. Next up, Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick's 0 for 3 today. He's due. That's a line drive. Base hit to center field. Oh, he's going to third. The throw to third. He may not make it. He is offline. And on the throw to third, the runner at first will move to second. Bad decision by the center fielder Finley to go for the... He should have just held that runner at first and third. But now there are 2 runners in scoring position, the tying run and the going-ahead run. Jason Isringhausen comes in to pitch. He is 0-1 with a 2.91 earned run average. Up next, Dave Bautista, who's 1 for 3 with a single. A single could give the Avengers the lead in this game. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Runner on third, less than 2 outs. Got to get that runner home to tie this ball game. Grounder to short. Throws to first, and he gets the job done. This ball game is tied at 3 on the RBI ground out by Drax the Destroyer. Nothing gets over his head. He'll always catch it. So 3-3 ball game here in the top of the 8th. Runner at second. Idris Elba's 1 for 3 with a double and an intentional walk from Dave Roberts. He says no. He says, I'm not pitching to Idris. I would rather pitch. Nice attendance, sellout crowd here in Dodger Stadium. I'd rather pitch to Terrence Howard, but you know what? Terrence Howard is not pitching. Terrence Howard is the manager is going to substitute for Terrence Howard. And he's going to bring in Dr. Stephen Strange. Do you want to pinch hit Benedict Cumberbatch for Terrence Howard? Yes, I do.
Your attention, please.
Dr. Stephen Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, will come in and pinch hit. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Cumberbatch is hitting .312 on the season. Fouls it off. Strike 1. Go ahead run in at second. 3-3 ball game here in the top of the 8th. And that is a slicing ball to left, playable to retire the side. But the Avengers on an RBI ground out by Drax the Destroyer tie this ball game. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We are tied at 3. This is Avengers Baseball. Leading off for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 8th is Stan Musial, who's 1 for 3. And the manager is going to go to the bullpen. Lefty, lefty, lefty. Stanley. Jeremy Renner, the closer, he doesn't have a lot of stamina. You know what? I'm going to stay right. I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll with Black Widow until she gives me problems. She's only thrown 77 pitches. Inside corner with the 2-seam fastball. Strike 1. Hitter by hitter basis. Let's see what happens. At the knees, outside corner, count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. She shows such heart. Love me some Scarlett Johansson. And he reaches out and flies it the opposite way to left. Elba is there for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Up next, Big Poppy. Ooh, I'm feeling nervous. Big Poppy has tortured my life many a time in the early 2000s and in the 2010s. I've seen this in my nightmares. Slider inside corner, strike 1. Just gets a piece of that knuckleball. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Got lucky with that one. The knuckleball slipped out of her hand. You know what? I don't think that there's any doubt. He's absolutely the best DH of all time. Absolutely. He struck fear into my heart for a decade. Slow roller, backhanded by Mackie. Cut the check. There's 2 away. 2 quick outs here for Scarlet here in the bottom of the 8th. Nice play by the new Captain America. Next up, Robbie Cano. A homer, a single. He's 2 for 3. Oh boy, this is scary. In there with the fastball, strike 1. Oh no! And it's a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 8th for the Los Angeles Dodgers, as it's the 2nd home run of the game for Robinson Cano. He's hit number 26 and 27 in this 3rd game of a 4-game series, and the crowd goes wild. And I feel like I'm going to throw up. Here's the replay. I went 1 batter too long with Scarlet. Bang! Oh, flat knuckleball that did not knuckle. Pulls it down the right field line. And it's a 4-3 lead for the Dodgers. And that's it for her. Manager will go to the bullpen. We'll bring in Stan the Man Lee. Stan Lee Excelsior. Scarlet pitched a great game, but the home run ball definitely plagued her with this outing. Stan Lee is 5-3 with a 2.49 earned run average over 47 innings. He faces Aaron Judge to lead off. Well, actually, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Pops it up on the first pitch in foul territory. Routine play for Tony, and the side is retired. However, last licks, thanks to Robinson Cano, last licks, we go to the 9th inning. The Avengers need a run to tie. It's 4-3 Dodgers. Ugh. All right, so let's do this. Coming in to close for the Dodgers, Bruce Sutter, their closer. His record is 1-4, so he has 4 losses, and he's got 6 blown saves. He has 36 saves, but 6 blown saves, and a 3.72 earned run average. So this is not impossible. Leading off, Don Cheadle, who has an RBI double today. We need a base runner. Let's see what we can do. Split finger fastball, outside corner, strike 1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Strike 2 with another splitter. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cheadle. And that's a base hit to right. Leadoff hit for Don Cheadle. War Machine is out on first base, and he is the tying run with nobody out. Next up, Anthony Mackie, who's 1 for 4 with an RBI triple today. Grounder past the glove. I think that might be an error for Big Poppy at first. His weakness, his Achilles heel. He was the greatest DH of all time, perhaps, but first baseman, not necessarily the case. They're probably going to give him a hit, though. He should have come up with that ball. That maybe would have been a 3-6-3 double play. So runners at first and second, nobody out. Tom Holland, the team's leading hitter, fouls it back, strike 1. Tom needs to just take a couple of breaths and calm down and not chase a bad pitch. Tom's 1 for 4 today. Tying runners in scoring position. It's a deep drive, but playable for the first out. No advance. The Avengers have the heart of their lineup up. Up next, Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark, he has a single and a run scored today. He is 1 for 4. Tying run is at second. And that's a deep drive, but playable. And just like that, there are 2 outs. So it was first and second and nobody out. And just like that, it becomes first and second and 2 outs. And the Avengers are down to their final out of the game. Representing the final out of this game, the Incredible Hulk, who's 2 for 4 with 2 singles today. A single could tie this ball game at 4. Let's see what happens. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Mark's hitting .349 with runners in scoring position, so comfortable with that runner at second. Pops it up, in foul territory, caught, and the side is retired. Ball game over. Dodgers win 4-3. So this is the 3rd game of a 4-game series. The Avengers have won 2 out of 3 so far. They lose this game, so that's their 49th loss. They're 87-49. And unfortunately, good game. Thank you very much, Maswardi. I appreciate it. I wish it would have been a win, but sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. If you play 162 games and you don't skip innings and you don't simulate games, the best teams in baseball will lose 60 times a year. It's just a matter of that's baseball. So unfortunately, right now the Dodgers have a 1-game lead in the National League West over the Hollywood Avengers. Let's go to the scorecard. Los Angeles Dodgers, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Hollywood Avengers, 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Jason Insringhausen out of the bullpen comes in, gets the win. Scarlet unfortunately gets the loss. She's 9-5. Bruce Sutter will get the save. He has 27 saves on the season, I believe, or it could be 37. I don't remember. And of course, the player of the game, Robbie Cano, with 2 homers today. He is the player of the game. And that has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're not into baseball, I don't know what you're still doing here. But maybe you like action adventure games. Maybe you like RPGs. Later on this evening, I'm going to be playing what I like to affectionately refer to as Renegade Karen. It is the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'm going to be playing my live stream this evening. I hope to see you there. If not, no love lost. I'll see you again for another baseball game. And so here we are, the final at Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers win 4-3. Take care of yourself. Have a good night.